Okay, another news story has broke here late on a Tuesday night, weirdly a busy Tuesday night. Of course, Russell Wilson to the Giants, and now Stephon Diggs is the newest member of the New England Patriots. He signs an interesting deal. So it's a 3-year, $69 million deal. So that's $23 million a year. Can do that math pretty quickly in your head. Only $26 million of it, though, is guaranteed. So a small amount of money guaranteed in this contract. You have to assume he's kind of betting on himself a little bit just to get the year 2 of this deal, let alone year 3. It's almost like a 1-year contract with 2 team options, which is very fascinating. So, I think for the Patriots, they wanted to have those outs because, let's just be honest, for Diggs, there are some question marks with him now. Now, he's had the questionable, I think, like, is he a good teammate narrative around him? It's always hard to tell how true or false those kind of things are on the outside looking in, but that is a narrative around him. But forgetting about that, the guy's 31 years old and coming off a major injury. I mean, to me, that's the more concerning thing of what are you getting out of Stephon Diggs? $23 million a year is, I don't want to say it's like, is it wide receiver 1 money? It's probably like top 35 wide receiver money. If it's, there's guys who are making more than that. Jamar Chase making, $40 million, right? But it's pretty good money for a wide receiver. It's certainly like wide receiver 2 money. It's it's a good amount of money for a guy like Diggs. I think he's worth it when he's healthy, but how healthy will he be? Here's why I like the move is you need to help out Drake May. And they put so much resources into their defense already, which, hey, that can help a young quarterback, making them feel as though they don't have to score touchdowns on every drive to have a chance. But ultimately, you want to help out the quarterback on offense. And they did do a subtle move I liked, getting Morgan Moses. This is another one I think can help out, adding someone like Stephon Diggs who can hopefully, apparently they were really in on the Chris Godwin sweepstakes for sort of a similar line of thinking. Getting someone like Diggs, my podcast co-host Kyle has constantly said that he actually kind of likes this receiving core. If you just add a number 1 in the building, you can allow everyone else to play their role. Demario Douglas can now play his role. Kayshon Boutte can now play his role, right? Matt Collins can play a role instead of having to be stars. Now, will Jalen Polk step up? We'll see, right? But I do agree that ultimately it looks better when you add a number 1. They also have Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry there as well. It brings everyone down 1 spot on the depth chart, meaning they don't have to be as good. Still think there's some offensive line issues here. I mean, that's not a hot take. There's still some offensive line issues here. They do have the number 4 overall pick. They can try and, add a player that way, so they still can help add to the offense if they want. But they needed at least a receiver, and even if this doesn't end up being the perfect contract, doing what you can to help out your young quarterback is important, and this is what they should be doing. So, yeah, I think it's a smart move. Again, will it work out? There is a risk factor here. In free agency, you very rarely get a no-risk candidate that's available, right? And so, yeah, there's a risk factor here, but I don't know. Feels pretty good. I mean, let's not forget, Diggs was a huge part of the Josh Allen breakout year in his 3rd year. That was when Diggs got there. So having a good receiver, I'm not saying he made Josh Allen, just saying that it helps, right? So, yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on all of this. I think it's a smart move, although it does have some risk factor. What do you think? Although the risk factor is mitigated by the way the contract is structured. But, yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.